Hi guys, welcome to part 4 in how to make your Year 9 clock design in SketchUp. Now in this final one I'm going to be showing you one of my favourite tools, which is called the Intersecting Faces tool, and you can this is a really powerful tool and you can do some really complicated shapes with it, but it is quite tricky to think about. So in the first one, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a shape. I'm going to kind of talk through what I'm doing, but it's not going to be easy for you to understand what it's going to look like at the end until it's actually finished. So just kind of bear with me. Right, first thing I'm going to do, and this tool will allow us, well in this example I'm going to make something that's gently curved. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'll draw a circle first with a fixed radius, let's say 50. And then I'm going to draw another one out here with a radius of 53, which means this wall thickness here is 3mm, which is the thickness of the acrylic. Then I'm going to start getting rid of some of the material because I'm not going to need it. Now if you see this outside circle here is all blue, and I don't want it to be all blue because I want it to stop at these points. So what I need to do is right click explode curve, and it will let me delete certain bits of it. If I select them all, I can delete them all in one go, and that will leave me, if I get rid of this as well, that's left me with this kind of like a bit of a tube, for want of a better word. I'm now going to stretch that out, doesn't really matter how much. Right, can you see that kind of, it's almost like a mini ramp upside down. Now what I can start doing now is actually cut away at this. To begin with, I'm actually going to make this a component because I don't want that to be confused by something called planes that I'm going to do in a minute. So let's just call that tube. Now what I'm going to make are, imagine like a knife is going to cut away at this shape, but our knife is going to be like a massive machete. So I'm going to draw a big like kind of piece of paper almost here. Right. I'm going to make a few of these. So I'm going to use my copying tool technique that I used before. As I say, just bear with me if this is confusing at the moment. Right, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start putting some of these on my shape. So let's put one there, and then I'm going to rotate that so it starts going into my shape. Right, can you see this cool curvy thing here? Now that looks nice. So what I'm going to do, let's say I want to just make that shape on its own. Now what we need is, we need little lines to be on these pieces here. If we have little lines here, that means I can delete them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select all of that shape. So can you see at the moment there is not a black line here. That is really important. Now I've selected all of that, and then I'm going to right click, intersect faces with selection. And now when we go in, can you see there is a black line there? That is very cool. Now what I can do is delete all of these bits. Oh no, oh not cool Rich, I need to explode that component. I found out if you use the rubber tool, you can actually, if you sweep over the top of it, then it will delete it all in one go for you. That's pretty cool. And that has left you with this lovely shape. Now that would be so difficult to draw in SketchUp. Now if that's not complicated enough for you, I could have grabbed another one of these. Now see, this is happening because before this curvy shape was a component, whereas this time, because I didn't make it a component, it's kind of latched onto it. So I need to don't do that. Let's Control Z. I'm going to make this a component again. doesn't matter about the name. Oh no, see, I'm rushing it now. You can only move things if you've selected it first. Now I'm going to go grab that, put that on there. Now this time when I rotate it, it's going to let me do it. Now I need to explode that. Or again, notice there's no black line here, but when we intersect the faces, now there will be that black line, and that is very, very important, my friends. Yes, it is. Now sometimes when you intersect faces it leaves you with so many lines it gets really confusing. That's why I quite like the eraser tool for this, because you can select quite a few at a go. You need to be a little bit careful. Zoom in to do the point. Let's get rid of that little bit there. Well, zooming out, doesn't like that very much. But now you can see I've made this. Let's get rid of this. I've made this really complicated, weird shape, and that would be very, very difficult to draw unless you were intersecting faces. But intersecting faces doesn't finish there. It does another cool thing as well. Let's imagine you want to drill a hole in your curved surface to put in your clock. Now I'll need to explode this. What you can't just do on a curved surface is draw a circle and then push through it. Okay, it just won't let you do it. Can you see how that little red line's coming up? It just won't let you do it, and that is because when you look, it's coming off that surface a bit, and it just won't let you do it, I'm afraid. So intersecting faces is going to let you get around this problem. What you're going to have to do, you're going to have to draw a cylinder that is the same size as you would want to drill your hole. So I think it's 9, is it 8 mm? I think it's 8 mm. So let's draw the cylinder with 4 mm radius, and then you're gonna just make this like practice little cylinder. Okay, happy with that? Then what you're gonna do, this is a bit of a faff, but you can then put that onto your cylinder wherever you want to drill your hole. So let's say I want my clock to go there. Now can you see that? That is very groovy. What can happen now is if I triple click, so it's got all the swirl and it's got this cylinder, I can then right click, intersect faces with selection, and now you can see the magical black lines that we love. That is going to mean that we can delete. Oh, didn't like that very much. I don't know if it's going to, yeah, it's not liking that. Sometimes it likes it, sometimes it doesn't. It's because you can see how it kind of changes direction at this point, and that is why it's not liking that very much at all. Let's try and do intersect faces with again, see if it put another one on there, see if that will let me do it this time. Yeah. Yeah, it's not liking that very much. Sometimes you can work out why it's doing it or not. Anyway, it shows you the principle, otherwise it'll take me ages to figure it out. But it shows you the principle that you can cut through and then drill holes in curved surfaces, which is very tricky. Okay, thanks very much.